From protest to rebellion. The dispute over tea. The duty on tea caused great discontent and conflicts between the British and the colonies. This led to harsh measures from both sides. Repeal of the Townshend Acts except the one on tea. This was an extra taxation on tea imports into the colonies. The British lowered the price of tea by allowing the East India Company to ship tea directly to the colonies. This promoted a monopoly on tea, preventing the colonies to import it from any other place. Colonies opposed the duty that Great Britain had enacted. Boston's governor took measures to prevent the import of tea. In order to boycott this tax, the colonies opposed the unloading of tea from the company. Boston's governor did support this law. On December 16, 1773, a group of colonies known as the Sons of Liberty, disguised as Native Americans, carried out a drastic measure. They boarded a ship full of tea and threw the tea overboard. This event was known as the Boston Tea Party. 90,000 pounds of tea were thrown into the sea that day. The Intolerable Acts. The Boston Tea Party outraged the British. They called for tough measures. The Boston Tea Party forced the British to react. They approved 4 harsh laws that colonists called the Intolerable Acts. The first one closed the port of Boston. 2 others increased the powers of the royal governor, abolished the upper house of Massachusetts legislature, and cut down the right of free association of citizens. The fourth one strengthened the Quartering Act of 1765. They also passed the Quebec Act, which set up a government for Canada's territories and part of Massachusetts. The other colonies helped Boston with supplies. Meanwhile, the Committee of Correspondence organized a meeting to discuss what would be the next step to take against Great Britain. This meeting was known as the First Continental Congress. It took place in Philadelphia in 1774. The Congress demanded the repeal of the Intolerable Acts and declared that the colonies had the right to govern themselves. The shot heard around the world. Discontent led to a colonial rebellion which sparked the Revolutionary War of the colonies. Britain acted in a violent and intransigent way without seeking consolatory or peace-seeking measures. Colonies decided to form militia units called Minutemen. On April 18, 1775, Thomas Gage, the new governor of Massachusetts, learned the colonies were hiding arms and tried to seize them. Patriots Paul Revere and William Dawes alerted the Minutemen in a raid overnight.
Wentworth Cheswell, the first African American elected to public office, also rode with Revere and Dawes to alert the Minutemen.
The Battle of Lexington. Near Concord, 77 Minutemen awaited the British. The British commander ordered them to withdraw, but they refused. Nobody knows who fired the first shot, but it was the first shot of the American Revolution. That was called the shot heard around the world. The Battle of Concord. A larger battle took place in nearby Concord. The British retreated to Boston, losing more than 300 soldiers.